What is up, everybody? It's your boy Walking Mandu, and yes, even without my glasses, you're watching Wrenchtrenchers Garage. So basically what I have behind me on this table, as you can see back here, I did a little, hold on. Yeah, back there. Back there, I did a little bit of shopping. Went to Harbor Freight, and then I also went to my local pawn shop, and I picked up a few things that I'm gonna need because I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting today. You've seen me shoot a couple of engine bays, and I've been using the Toyota 202 Black single stage, and it's been working pretty good, but I want something a little different. So what I want to do is kind of practice shooting a base coat, clear coat. I'm gonna go ahead and fully prep this, what I got right here. Basically, it's a hood from an old car that I parted out a while ago. I just kept the hood because I knew this day was coming. But basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and prep this hood. I'm gonna repair the hood, clean it up, make it look the best I can, and then I'm gonna section it. And each section I'm gonna add a bit of pearl to the clear on top of the base that I'm gonna be using until I get the one that I like, or I'm gonna have you guys, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and determine which one is the best combination of pearl, clear, and base coat that I'm gonna be using on the Supra. Yeah, I was kind of wanting to leave the color of the Supra a surprise, but I need to do some experimenting, and I really think this would be pretty good content for you guys to watch if you guys ever wanna do this, try to tackle this yourself. Gotta tell you, full disclosure, I am not a professional painter. This is my first time doing base coat, clear coat. I have prepped, I have done some shooting, I've done a little bit here and there, but this is the first time that I'm gonna do the whole thing on my own. I'm not gonna take it to anybody. I'm gonna shoot it right here in the shop. And I wanna practice and make sure I get it done right, and I actually want to put some flair to this thing. I want this thing to be, I know what I want. I got it up here, what I want. It's just a matter of getting it out of here and into the real world to make it the way I like it. So without further ado, guys, let me go ahead and show you guys the products that I have picked up. All right, guys, so as you can see, here are the products that I'm going to be using. So actually what I'm going to be using as my little test canvas is this hood that I had off of a Mercury Marauder that I parted out a long time ago. I just had it sitting on the side, and as you can see, it's got damage on here, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be filling all of these parts on the hood. Now, I'm gonna make it as nice as I possibly can, but I'm gonna make it as nice as I possibly can in a timely manner. With that being said, you know this is gonna get prepped, primed, and everything else. Now, I went to my local pawn shop and I picked up this guy right here. And basically, it really wasn't 150 bucks. If you go to a pawn shop and pick up tools, man, you can always make a deal. I actually ended up only getting this thing for about 80 bucks. And this is an air sander. The reason why I got an air sander instead of using the electric sander that I've been using is because the electric sander that I've been using sucks. It's terrible. It's a piece of crap. And I've gotten a few comments on a couple of my older videos from when I did the Z, where somebody said, hey, you should get yourself a nice air sander. Get your, you know, it'll cut your time down and you will probably do a lot better job. So I heeded the advice, and I ended up getting a nice little air sander that I'm gonna hook up to my big old Husky right there. Part of this experimental video here is actually testing out the air sander compared to my electric sander, which, you know what, I'll probably break out the electric sander too, and then I'll go ahead and sand one half with this, and then I'll sand the other half with the electric sander, and we'll see which one comes out better, faster. You know, we'll go ahead and compare those. So I think that'll be a good little comparison. I picked up some tape because at Harbor Freight, for some reason, they have this automotive tape, which is generally really expensive. They had this stuff for like $4, so I had to get it. I also got another Bauer folding light. I have one of these already, and I tell you what, I use it so much that I'm always finding myself having to recharge it. So what I did was I purchased another one, so that way I can always have one charging and one in use, so I always have light, or if I have somebody come over and help me, there's always an extra light available. I bought one from Home Depot that was similar to this. It was actually like Home Depot's answer to this thing, but the problem with that one is that it was just garbage. you know, the one from Home Depot is not as good as these right here. So if you ever think about getting the comparable one from Home Depot, don't. Just go ahead and get this one. You're going to be a lot happier with it. This one takes a lot more punishment, and the light is a lot brighter. This thing was just superior in more than one way, and it's the same price. So yeah, just stay with this one. This is awesome. All right, the last thing I want to show you is this right here. I have this HTE compliant professional Spectrum spray gun that I got from Harbor Freight. Now this one, the normal price of this was $129.99, and the reason why I went with the HTE is just because of this right here. You see, it's ideal for clear coat. So this is my base coat gun. I mainly use this gun right here to shoot single stage, and it works wonderful for single stage. So if it works good for single stage, I know it's going to work good for a base coat. I just needed a really good clear coat gun. I used the mini gun for clear coat, which works really good, but it can only hold so much, and I need, you know, something more so that, you know, when I get ready to shoot a whole car, you know, I'm not filling up the cup every 5 seconds. So I went ahead and got this guy right here. This is $129. They also have this other one called the Black Widow. The Black Widow is what my friend Aaron has, and that is probably the top of the line one. But I wanted to make a video on something that would be more on the cost efficient side of things, and see how it actually works in a setting where I want to paint a car and make it look really nice and you know, make it look really quality. We're gonna see if we can get a really good quality clear paint job out of this $129 gun rather than a $200, $300, $400. And now I've seen guns go up to like $700, $800. And we're gonna use this guy for sanding, and we're gonna section off with the tape that I have. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the old school electric sander that I bought years and years ago. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this divot down. I'm using 80 grit because I need to get this down to bare metal before I apply body filler. I'm going to use this one on this one and see how long it takes, and then I have another one just up there, and I'm going to use the air sander on that to see how long it takes to sand that down. Alright, so I got as much of that out as I could, and now we're going to try the air sander on this little bit right back there just to see if it's any faster. Now that was actually pretty quick. It didn't do too bad of a job. I can't really complain about it. So let's try getting that little guy out of there too. Alright, so the time difference isn't actually that big of a deal. However, I do like this one a little bit more. It is just slightly faster. It is slightly more angled. I can get those nibs that I couldn't get with the electric one. So it's already winning the race. But now that we got that done, do a quick scuff around all of these with 320. And then I'm going to go ahead and spread a little bit of filler on that. So I'm going to widen these up just a little bit down to the bare metal and put a nice skim coat of filler on these guys and see if we can't get this thing as straight as we can, just for, you know, a little bit of time. Alright, so I'm going to use this spot right here, and I'm going to 320 it down. Now, right off, just straight up, this thing's way bulky. Oh my god, trying to get this thing in areas is a real pain in the butt. I don't like it, while the air sander is way sleeker and easier to deal with, and seems more powerful too. So I'm pretty sure the clear winner here is probably going to be the air sander, but we're going to keep going with this experiment and see how this thing goes. kind of couldn't help myself. What I ended up doing is just kind of going up this corner right here with this sander. And it didn't take too long. It's not too bad, but I'm gonna do the same thing with the air sander, but I'm gonna tackle those spots, these spots here, the air sander, and then do that corner with the same 320 grit and see how much faster or slower it turns out with that. It's already faster and smoother. This is so much faster. Alright guys, well at this point, I think I've done enough when it comes to sanding. I'm definitely going to end up using the air sander way more than I'm going to use the electric sander now. The electric sander is probably just going to be a backup. I like that thing. It fits great in your hand. It seems to have a smoother thing. It's a little bit faster when it comes to body filler, but it doesn't seem to be any faster when it comes to just sanding down the smooth surface. Sanding down an already painted surface, it's not a big difference. However, the way it feels in your hand, the way it works, feels better to me. So I'm going to go ahead and continue using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw you on a time lapse. Then I'm going to finish sanding this. We're going to clean it up, tack cloth it. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to try to do it as close to the right way as possible. Then I'm going to go ahead and prime it. We'll let it sit overnight. And I'm going to come back and then I'm going to sand the primer. We're going to do our base coat, clear coat tomorrow. So you're going on a time lapse and you're going to see some of that unfold.
Now I remember your smile and look up.